The name of this region in southern Japan is Kirishima. It literally means Misty Islands, and you can probably understand why. You'll have to take my word for it that there are several tall mountains around here. One of them, Shinmoidake, is an active volcano which last erupted in 2018. Several of the roads close to the volcano are still closed, but the sacred mountain of Takachiho is open to the public. Takachiho, in Japanese mythology, is where the gods first descended to Japan. Ninigi no Mikoto, grandson of the sun goddess Amaterasu, thrust his spear into the rock to clear the clouds from the mountain peak. Again, as you can tell, this did not last. It was not my intention to summit Takachiho. I had heard that it was an extraordinarily difficult climb that would take around 7 hours for a round trip. I didn't have that kind of time, and I only wanted to climb above the cloud layer and get a good look at the surroundings. Well, I discovered that the hike was far easier than I had been told, but at that point it was too late. My shoes were less than ideal, I was wearing shorts, and most importantly, I had no water. By the time I realized that I could have made it to the summit, I was no longer able to. Even still, I don't really regret missing the summit, because even the climb towards the caldera was stunning. I got about a third of the way up the extremely vertical path to the mountain rim, before the rocks pressing into my bare knees convinced me to turn back. But even in that time, the weather changed dramatically. 1 second, you could glimpse the hikers further up the slope, then they vanished into the mist. Look behind you, and you might see nothing but fog, or you might be able to see the parking lot far, far below. The mist could thicken to the extent that you could barely see the rock slope in front of you, but when it receded, small pockets of smoke lingered here and there. I failed to reach the summit, but according to the visitor center, it looks something like this. When I first arrived, the mist was so thick that I walked right by the visitor center, so seeing the spear really was the climax of my attempt. It may be a replica of a fantasy, but in a dreamlike place so shrouded in mist, that's kind of enough.